The Londonpreneur Show with Michelle Carter.
Welcome to another episode of the Londonpreneur Show, where we interview a new entrepreneur every Monday and Friday. Today I have the lovely Christine Vandenbor from previously the Baby Expo and now Women at Play. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you, Michelle.
So tell us a little bit more about Women at Play.
Absolutely. So it's a brand new business. I just recently started beginning of March, and I am just trying to find ways for women to have more play and more fun and more community in our lives. So it's a group program where you go with your same group for 6 months to a different activity every month. So things like laughter yoga and making our own bowls and things that are unique, but maybe you don't want to do them by yourself.
Okay, so how often is this, monthly or weekly?
It's monthly, so one activity a month, and that's the special thing, and then a coffee house and a book club as well if you're looking for more community. So those are just an additional kind of a perk to being part of the membership.
So you connect with the other people in your group
Absolutely.
And you decide when you're going to meet and where?
Actually, it's all booked in advance, so we book 6 months in advance so that you can make sure you're putting that play date into your calendar. Okay. We really want to make sure women are playing and not just thinking, oh, I'll get out on the weekend with my girlfriends, because that's fun, but sometimes it doesn't happen, right?
And is it women and kids or just women
just
only?
Women. No kids, no spouses, just women.
And how much does a typical membership or month cost?
Absolutely. So a month, it's $37, and that includes everything. So that's even coffee at the coffee night. And we just want people to be pampered and to not have to worry about anything at all.
Oh, sounds lovely. Can you tell us a bit more about your previous business, the Baby Expo?
Sure. So I launched the Baby Expo when my oldest daughter was 1 year old, and there was just nothing like it in London that had everything in one spot. And I really felt a need for there to be a place that parents could go that just had everything. So nonprofits as well as the shopping that so many other shows do have. So that was launched in 2011, and I did 6 events and just recently sold it beginning of the month.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And who did you sell it to?
So it's London Community Newspaper, run by Metroland. So they're taking over, and they're doing a really awesome job so far. So
what made you decide to sell it?
It just was something that I wasn't entirely passionate about anymore, and I think it's because when I started it, my oldest daughter was 1, and now she's 4, so she's just not really a toddler anymore, and it's hard to feel so passionate about something that you're not really in anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you start that process of selling a business?
I worked a couple years ago with exit strategies here, and so they were able to take me through that route of figuring out what price to sell and who to approach. And then I actually just listed it online, and Metroland found it there. So it was kind of easy to find a buyer. It was a long process to sell it, though.
Listed it on Exit Strategies website?
No, I listed it on Business Sell Canada.
Business Sell Canada.
Absolutely, and it's this tiny little website, but it did the trick.
Very good.
Yeah.
How many offers did you get?
We were working with 4 businesses at once,
Okay.
And then some of them just sort of fell off, but working with London Community News was since November, so it was a long process to get to the actual closing.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that information with us.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've always had the entrepreneur bug?
I've always wanted to do things a little bit different than others do, so I don't know if that's where it started, wanting to be my own boss because it's maybe not the norm.
Interesting. What's been some of your effective marketing strategies so far?
Definitely for Women at Play is person to person. So meeting people and letting them see that it really is my passion to help them live a better life and have more fun. So it's hard to put that on paper and to read that. You're not really seeing everything that comes with it. So definitely just meeting people and being myself in those circumstances.
Very good. Do you have a lot of people signed up now?
We do not have a lot of people signed up for it now, to be honest. And I think it's a mindset change, right? So we as women are just so used to doing so much. And then
busy.
Absolutely being busy and just rushing. You take your kids to school, you do your work, you do your business, that there's not a lot left for you at the end.
Yeah, just kind of struggling with finding the time to book in and to get a play date
Absolutely.
with women. But I can see why there may be a need for it because we
Absolutely.
are so busy with our kids and our family that we need to take a break from ourselves.
And so you see the need for it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, finding a spot for it is the mindset change that I have been pushing against. But it'll get there.
Interesting. Where would you like to see this business go 5 years from now?
So 5 years from now, I'd like to see it across Canada.
Okay.
And I have a couple of friends outside of London who are interested in bringing it to their communities. So it's just building it here so that it's very strong and has a good model that they can take there and then help women where they are as well.
So if I decide to visit a new city, I can hook up with another group of women?
Ooh, I never thought of it that way, but that's a good idea. So it would be that they own their own Women at Play license, say in Toronto, and start the program there. And then also I want to have some online programming as well. So where people maybe can't come to the events, there's also something for them. So whether it's online, art classes, or just something that is fun that you can do right at home.
Yeah, I'm really liking some of these new social activities online that
Absolutely.
I'm seeing pop up.
Yeah, it's fun, right? And that's what we need a little bit more of.
So have you made any mistakes in either of your businesses you'd like to share with others?
My big mistake with the Baby Expo was definitely trying to please everybody.
Okay.
And so I think you can really lose your vision and the things that you want to do in your business if you're always trying to do what everybody else says. And so that would be my big mistake and my big, I guess, encouragement for an entrepreneur is to trust your gut first, because it is your business, and usually what your gut is saying is really important.
Absolutely. Any other advice you received?
I don't know. I always pick up little pieces, and I don't know that I could pick out a big one. Something that is also important that I'm learning with Women at Play is that it's the customer's opinion that matters more than, say, like my father or my husband, because they're not my target market.
Right.
So first my opinion, but then go to your customers. Maybe don't go to your accountant, or maybe don't ask the cameraman, because they're not the ones who are your target.
And how do you think you've differentiated yourself from other sort of group plays that are out there?
I think because I am going into this just saying I'm going to be 100% myself, and that's different than the person I was with the Baby Expo, because I was trying to please everybody, and I hope it would be the same for everyone to be saying that, but I know that it's not. So I think just bringing my full 110% and just being fun and silly whenever I feel like it, rather than worrying about what other people are going to think. I think that's what makes me different.
I think your passion will prove a long way.
Thank you.
Where can we find out more information about Women at Play?
So it's right on our website, womenatplaylondon.com, and then when you go to the groups section, it's all of our dates and all of our activities for the 6 months.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Michelle.
Well, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you to our sponsors, Pink Ink for style consultancy and makeup, Sonia Bento for hairstyle, as well as Susan Dinner for the beautiful jewelry that I'm wearing. Thank you for also listening to the podcast, because I noticed there's quite a few of you listening too as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time.